Okay, so this is a new way to dodge and burn and to think about dodging and burning than using the actual dodge and burn tools that are in Photoshop. This method's a lot faster and it works in portraiture, it'll work in your still life, it'll work in just about anything. So what we're going to start out by showing you is we're going to create a very much two-dimensional object here with a 50% gray circle. But very quickly, by using the brush tool with my white and black that are pre-selected, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make this into something that looks a little bit more three-dimensional. I'm doing that by shading and creating a highlight and then switching quickly to black. Just by hitting that X key, I'm going to start bringing some shadows in behind it. And so your eye knows, and we know that this is a two-dimensional object, but because of the shading that we've done to it, the shadowing effect, it's made it look like a three-dimensional object. The beauty of this is it applies to portraiture and it applies to just about any other photograph. So right here we've got a picture of Savannah. We're going to add a new layer. And that new layer we're going to fill with 50% gray. And then the key here is we're going to go right here where it says normal. We're going to change this to soft light. Now what we have is a layer that we can draw on, and it will take effect on the lower layers that are below it, but it's an independent, indestructible layer. So to start with, we're going to lighten this line that's right here below the eye, which is affecting that Rembrandt triangle look a little bit, and we're going to take that out. You adjust the opacity of your brush if you want to. We're going to highlight the line across the nose, and then we're going to come in and we're going to start working those shadows up next to it. Work the shadow back here, work the shadow along the jawline, shadow in here, make it a little bit smaller, work the shadow on the chin, come in, start tracing those collarbones a little bit, just overall giving the body, in different parts of the body, a lot more three-dimensionality. And all we're doing is affecting light and shadow. So the other thing about this is that we can come up here because we've made it its own layer, and if we've got the effect a little bit too strong, you can adjust the strength by just adjusting the opacity of that layer. So here you go, you have a layer that is completely non-destructive that tunes up that three-dimensionality. You can do this on any highlight, any shadow area, on any photograph, and it's much faster because you're going back and forth between your light and your dark instead of changing tools just by clicking the X key. If you've got this and you've got a tablet that you're working with, you can get really quick about adding three-dimensionality to any shape in any form. It's something that I use in all my portrait photography now because it really accentuates the three-dimensionality effect on a 2D object.